Right, in this video, something different. I'm trying to get this mobility scooter working again. So up until a few years ago, a couple of years ago, I used to keep this charged up. You may have seen this in my garage, as I filmed in my garage. I used to get it, charge it up, and then wait till the power kind of went away in the battery and charged it up again every 6 months or so. However, last time I did it, switched it on, couldn't move the thing, so it was immobile. Don't know what it was, still don't know. In this video I'll go through quickly the steps. I've already kind of taken it apart, but the quick steps of how I take this apart. Once we get to that, I'll get to the diagnostic stage. Diagnostic involves 2 car batteries I have spare knocking around, because this takes 24 volts. There's 2 almost car-sized batteries in here. The tyres are flat. These run on, this model is called Shoprider. It's a good quality mobility scooter. The seat swings 90 degrees. There's lots of kind of features in there you probably won't get in a cheaper model. It's quite sturdy, it's heavy, large seat, it's comfortable. This wheel here is a 330, so 330 times 100. Don't exactly know what it means when compared to car tyres. Doesn't make any sense to me. It says here Pihsiang. Sounds like it could have been made in China. It even says here powered by Pihsiang, Pihsiang. Alright, so for your safety, be careful. You know, it says that on there. It's got it. Now, so how do we do that? There was a 6mm hole connected to a bolt that was connected here using an Allen key, 6mm Allen key to undo that. Pulled that out, and this seat, sometimes it comes straight up. If it doesn't, swing it around. I notice when I swung it around partially, the seat comes off. The seat's nice and heavy duty, everything, this particular scooter. So swing it around partially. As soon as it locks in there, that's it, it's locked. It won't even come out even without the locking bolt. Alright, Phillips. It comes off. So exposes, and you see the main weight that's keeping it down. The back end is the motor and the battery. So it's 2009, the battery tested, you can see. It's got some kind of, where it was made, Weymouth I think, maybe. Discharge test, tested then, 128% or whatever. We've got positive terminal, negative terminal. See, I've already fiddled around a bit. 2 of them, they're in series, and they should give you 24 volts in theory. But when I've charged these up, I've noticed that they can only hold about 9. So that could be one of the faults of it. So one of the most likely reasons for its battery failure, it's been left, not been used, not been charged up very often, I forget. So battery failure, that is one. But we're going to test the motor as well. I want to test the motor. If the motor's on, I'm getting, by the way, with the key in, turn the ignition on, whatever, turn the key, getting lights, I'm getting indicator. So I'm getting all of that from these, even these charged up to only 9-volt batteries, which should be 12. So I get all that. There's a 50 amp fuse in here, by the way. 50 amp fuse in here, you just put it off. I've checked them. See a 50 amp fuse? See it? Yep. So I've already checked them. So it wasn't that. I'm thinking of getting my to test the motor. I'm thinking of getting my Sealey power probe out. Right, very awkward, very heavy. So I'm going to put some steel toe caps on as I swing this over upside down, well sideways I would say. Oh, there's the motor. That cap there leads to brushes. So I guess there's a brush above, brush below. Let me just feel, can't remember. Maybe, well, definitely the motor above there is a brush. Definitely taking that off. Check the brush, it was absolutely fine. It was brand new. Sometimes there's a brake on the rear wheel. I think there's a brake on here. So it could be, you know, make sure that's not on the brake so you can actually rotate the thing. Functions of the scooter, like the horn, indicator, high speed, low speed, high speed, low speed on there. If the battery was good, which I don't think it is, when I switched it on last, a few years ago, after charging it, you know, I'll get almost a bank of batteries here. But recently I turned it up, getting nothing. Even I recently charged it for 24 hours, nothing. So the battery fault is highly suspected, but I'm not going to spend, I mean I could dump the thing because it's not being used, right? So I was thinking, test the motor. If the motor works, by the way, before I do that, this comes straight up, weight behind it, exposes this. Number 2 screws, is a reset here. Sometimes a reset button, sometimes there is an issue. You can just access this and reset it, but it didn't work. The lid comes up, 2 screws removed. Not sure what that is. It's a fuse there, check that, that was okay. Some sort of regulator, not 100% sure. 100% sure. Obviously the batteries can be easily, take the strap off and easily changed at this stage if it was a battery. But like I said, I don't want to pay all that money and not be sure of the fault. Because there is something else, the circuit board is I don't know if it's worth doing. Don't grasp it by the fairing, the plastic basically. Cause issues. Stop it. Turn it aside. I mean, you're thinking, why don't I just take the batteries out? I know. I discovered the straps are really quite awkward. It only just fits. So at this stage, you go underneath it. Oh, there is a cap for the just like on an alternator, a brush. I'm not even going to take it, it's quite awkward putting that back in. I checked one of them and it was absolutely perfect. Hasn't been used much at all, so I'm not going to do the second one. Pretty sure that's okay. I want to get to something that delivers the power to the motor. So I'm looking, can't remember what I did yesterday. Wait till I've got to turn it back up. Oh, here it is. That's it, I think. Yeah, see that? There's the main power to it. There's also a second cable attached to this one here, and I think that is the electronic brake. So, and disconnect both of them. I'll have to not short it, but supply power 24 volts to this as well. It could be 12, it could be 12, I don't know. Might be 12. I'll be very careful with this particular task. Remember, car batteries, 12 volts, can melt a piece of cable that thick in seconds if you short it, yeah? And I've had that experience before when I was much younger. Very painful, right? So you've got to be extra careful with 24 volts connected in series. You've got to be extra careful. But anyway, not dangerous now. if I do this, what I'm going to do is look for the resistance of the coil on the motor. So somewhere maybe like 50, so I'm just going to connect them, but down on the camera, I guess. I don't know if I can show it all. So, by the way, check if it beat. Alright, okay, we've got continuity, which is good. We've got, I can't really tell. It's 2000. So we get a proper number. 1 ohm. Less than an ohm. It don't sound right. It don't sound right. Let me check this coil. I bet it's got more ohms on the brake coil. Yeah, look, 50 ohms, 48 ohms on the electronic brake motor, hardly anything. So with very few ohms, if I ran big current through there, it should actually be detrimental to it. It should like almost burn it out. I thought. Oh grief. 1 ohm. Does it? It's kind of hitting at a fault there. Alright, so I'm going to jam something. So I've jammed a bit of cloth there on the forward trigger, turned the key of course, checked it, the buzzer was on for left indicator. See if we get any voltage. Put it on 20. Nothing. Any voltage, not good. See if I get voltage on this thing here. Interesting. So on the electronic brake, I'm getting something. Let me just touch it properly. 15 volts. 15 volts on the electronic brake. Nothing on here. Nothing on the main drive. What happens if I pull the cloth out? Will I still get 15 volts? So now, no forward motion. So will I still get 15 volts sent to the electronic brake? So this is diagnostics. So that, you know, it's going to take a while. Right, still get something to the electronic brake. Obviously, turn the key off. I'm going to get nothing. I would have thought. So as soon as you turn that key on, the electronic brake is taken off. Turn key off. So in fact, I might need to trigger. Yeah, key off. Electronic brake is off. Double check. Oh, hang on a minute, getting something, not much. Why am I getting a volt? That means it'll be running a volt through that thing all the time. What about key out? Key out, I can't be getting a volt with the key out. 0.8 of a volt with the key out. Something very wrong with that. Is it sending current through the electronic brake all the time? No. let's see if there's any continuity. Should be, it's a coil. Electronic brake. It's 48 ohms. What's going on? Why have the key out, or would I still be getting voltage across here? That does not make sense. Doesn't make sense. So we won't get any current. Current swap. Probably blow me 10 amp now. 10 amp fuse probably. No current, but a voltage, like a background voltage. Very weird. Could be a residual, the capacitor, or I've blown me multimeter by doing that. Could be. You turn the key. Just by doing that, the ampage may have blown, but I didn't hear anything. Just replace the fuse. That's the, oh no, of course. We've got to switch that back over. We've got no amps. We're getting voltage. $15 volts, with no amps. But if the key on there, I'm going to get amps, I bet you. You turn key off again. Key off. Much less voltage. $1 volt. Any amps? If it is, it's going to drain the battery. I'm going to have to take that motor out and disconnect that brake. Yep. Voltage, something's holding back the ampage. I have to test the battery, make sure I haven't blown the fuse in there. 100% sure. Find that tiny little battery. Yeah, it's not blowing the fuse. Alright, trigger the pull forward of reverse plugged in again. Am I getting any amps? If I'm not getting any amps off here, I'm not worried. Nothing. So how is the electronic brake going to come off then? But I'm getting volts. .2. Oh, key's not on. Key off. The key off, tiny bit of voltage. No amps. Key on, different story. You're getting voltage. Full voltage. And any amps. Don't think you're going to get 10 amps knocking through this thing. Most of it's got to go on the motor, it's just a little coil. Nothing. Interesting. Interesting. Could be is a sensor, if it falls over, the brakes come on. Something like that. Could be. Sophisticated these things are. So what I'm gonna have to do is trying to bypass. I know it. Wait, no. I'm gonna break. So T-pins in the electronic brake. So I'm testing out first. These very thin cables could quite melt. So I'm going to try it at 9 volts. I know this is 9 volts. I'm just going to tap it. You know, you've got to be careful even if you tap it. I remember once before messing with a car battery, what happened was the cable just melted. Getting ready to drop it any second if it gets hot. Very risky stuff I'm doing here. Be very careful if you're doing things like this. So I think I'm disengaging well, feel the wire's hot. Double checking the T-pins are not touching, nothing's touching. Test it on the 12. I don't hear anything on the motor. Is it hot? Feel some sort of heat. How much? Just heat in my hand. Try the other. Right, we've got this going on. So I've checked my Sealey tool. It goes up to 24 volts. See it? 6 to 24 volts DC. So I'm tap it on. Nothing's melting and burning me up at the moment. 24 volts on this baby now. Other end crocodile clip on there. Here's something here. Right, the wheel is off the ground. Let me just disconnect this here. It is off the ground. I mean, fucking 24 volts on the wheelchair's off the ground. Why is it saying that? So make sure these don't touch because they're most likely to touch. Double check here. T-pin I stuffed in really quite hard so it's not going to move hopefully. And so if I put this on there now, we've got 24 volts onto the brake. And here's something that sounded different, didn't it? Sounded like that brake. Let's see. Something's happening. Okay. Push that around. Didn't like it so much that way around. So it's disconnected, I'll blow a fuse. I do believe there's some sort of a safety feature in here. I do believe, because it's tipped sideways, it's not making it move, not letting it move. Even the brake off, electronic brake, You hear the motor spinning, so we know the motor is working. Just that it's not engaging in gear. There's a whole lot of other gizmos, you know, electronic cables. I don't really know what it does. Right, it goes into this box here, which I don't know what it is. There's obviously the gear. I just don't think the gears have snapped or anything like that. Pull that down. Maybe if I do that. I don't know. Maybe now I won't move the brake on. I don't know. Oh, okay. So that was the brake. Silly me. See, with that, on like that, I think it stops it moving. It's like a brake. Brake as well as disengaging the gearbox. Right. So I discover these things as I go along, you know. That's what I do. No one's teaching me anything. With that on, power on, free to move. Right, so the motor is good. So the only fault it must be the battery. So what I'm going to do is disconnect me the old 12 volts. Might give them a bit of a charge. Then give them a charge, give them car batteries a charge. These are gone, I think, and so I'm coming down more towards these guys being faulty. It says here 12 volts, 40 amp hour. They're 40 amp hour battery. They're called ultra cell chargeable battery. 40 amp hours. Two 48 amp hour batteries. Alright, so that's what I did today. Test this wheelchair motor out. So it's much more likely to be the battery fault, not enough battery power. So what I'll do now, so last test, I'm going to leave that electronic brake connected to my car battery, 24 volt. But now I've connected the 15 volts onto the motor. See if that's enough. I don't think it is, because otherwise it will be moving. So I've got indicators. As I'm pulling this, I should be getting something coming out. Or eliminates, let's eliminate the motor. If I'm pulling that, if I'm pulling the forward lever, I should be getting some sort of a voltage across here. If I'm not, something is wrong. Badly wrong. So don't underestimate the risk you're taking when you're doing something like this. See that? And that touches meltdown. Don't underestimate the risk. Keep a careful eye on it. It's because I shifted something. These two nearly touch, right? Let's separate it. Check for voltage. Nothing. Nothing's going through. So it could be circuit board. It's possible. Could be this thing, whatever this thing is. We know how to fix that. I don't even know what this is. It could be this thing. It's not the fuse. I know. I've checked that. The motor is good. The engine is good. Get nothing. To the drive. Should be. Should be. So it could be this thing here. Wherever that thing is. So this thing here is called controller. Right. So I need a new. I'm suspecting it's this thing here, because I'm getting lights, beeps, whatnots. That's. I mean, in there, I don't think it's the circuit board. Circuit board is. There isn't one circuit board. I mean, this is the only circuit board. So that thing in there, you pull the trigger, sends a signal. So these are all, send a signal things. It doesn't have to think. There is a fuse here, look. So I'm wondering if this thing's built for dissipating heat, that's why it's all metal. This is the circuit board. Order number, I'll write this down, PX 7B70300017. Sewing machinery. So it's that. I think it goes at 889 amps. No, probably 89 amps. Fuse checks out okay. Just checked it. So we're running out of options here. Bladed fuse. Yeah, my mind is thinking if I short something, maybe it'll work. It's a stupid idea. I mean, don't mean short, I mean supplied power. Because you've got the 12 volts come in separate cables into here. One cable goes back out to all the lights, etc. One goes out to the motor. Sometimes you get a clue from looking at colour for the cables. Red, black. Suspect red, black here. They come out. Red, black. Somehow it changes colour. Goes in, turns it in series. Let's see, I'll eyeball it and follow it in. I'll eyeball it and follow the cables in. So we know this one comes from the battery. Goes here, goes here, goes here. It's that one there. This is the black one. Well, it's coming off here. The red one. Right. You can see it come out. This one goes in, goes in, goes in, goes in, goes in, goes in. Below that. They get tapped off as well. Yeah, and then I took it all apart to work out. Very difficult. What do you reckon, guys? Is it worth just changing the battery? Most likely thing it could be the battery fault. About £50 to find out. Okay, let me think of this. This video won't. We'll end here today, but I'll carry on. Obviously, I've got to go for the most logical explanation. It's getting dark. I don't want to be out here too long. Anyway, thanks for watching so far. If you're still with me, well done. Hit the like, subscribe button. Thank you. I will charge up my 12-volt car batteries. It's about time. Right, so it's come to the stage where I've got another second-hand speed controller. So I guess it's a case of unplugging it. I've got a feeling it's this thing, by the way, that has failed on me. Because, like I said, I'm getting, as I turn the variable resistor in there, change the speed basically, I'm getting like 0.1 of ohm, or if it was half of ohm, to about 1 point something ohm on there, I mean, tested, right? But what I mean is 0.5 of a volt, although it's nearly 2 volts, but not enough to turn the engine. So I don't think that's faulty. Speed dial. The only circuit board is this thing, so I'm thinking it's that. Green, white, green. That thing's logical, and the red one, red and white down here. And that's it. So if I unplug that, pull the cable tie clip off. Yeah, it should pull out. This one is not attached to anything. It's got a fuse on it. Right, so okay. So all pulled off. Looks like that. By the way, that's a green black, not just a green. And next task. So if it was this thing faulty, if it was a relay, I mean, I don't know. Guess the spare one cost me £30, right? If it was a relay, I guess I could, I don't know, change a relay. It would probably be just as expensive as the whole unit. So there's a unit right there. Uh-oh. Got 2 screws. The new one. The old one is fairly similar. One's a bit smaller. Extra capacitor, and one fewer capacitor at the top. Not sure it'll make that much of a difference, don't know. Let's attach it. Don't even need to take the cables out, just swap. This one first, red and white. Right, all connected up again to my 24 volts in total. Wheels on the ground. I know it might run me over, but I have got the power going to the wheels off. So, should get electricity. Yeah, it's coming up. Okay, now I'm getting full battery. So if I just do that. Electronic brakes are off. Test the voltage. .6 volts. More than before. What happens if I whack it right up? 10. I imagine the motor like this size will run on 4.6 volts. 9 volts. Gate one of the battery connectors is not connected on, I think. I think if I was to undo one of these, it would still. See what it says now. Right, so when you unplug that and test the terminals, it comes out with some weird voltage, and sometimes it goes to 0. I don't know why. But anyway, I'll put these wheels on the wind ramps. I don't know whether or not it's fast enough. It doesn't seem very fast at all. I guess they're not made for speed. I don't know. If I turn that right down, yeah, it does go slow. Anyway, so the last test before I purchase anything else, connect these. These are about 9 volts, they're not at 12. And consider buying new batteries, so they are expensive. 40 amp ones are going to be expensive. I don't know whether or not these type of batteries are specific to this type of machine. You know, it chucks out more ampage, but they do 230 amps. I don't exactly know. Maybe this will work a lot better with 2 new batteries. Even if you put 2 car batteries in it, it won't like it. I'm not 100% sure because they're not suitable for it. Not 100% sure what's going on, but it's moving, right? It's moving, right? It's moving. Anyway, so the new batteries have arrived. SLK. So deep cycle AGM battery, 12 volt, NP40-12. See that? So that. Oh, let's see if I can get a camera on it properly. That indicates 40 amps, so I think the batteries go from about 15, 16, 17, 20, you know, that kind of thing. The highest ones are about 100, I think, maybe less than that. But however, a set of batteries that's 40 is like top of the medium of the capacities. All right, so whoever's watching this, if you are in doubt whether you're eligible to receive goods or services, okay, doesn't apply to me. Here they are. Oh, what? They gave me the wrong ones, man. Come on. These are not the ones I ordered. Right, the bolt does screw into there, so what I might do is get those connectors and bend them over, straighten them up basically, and attach them on that way. Have them flat, or bend them over slightly the other way. It should work. All the same, isn't it? As long as this fits, as long as it allows it to be screwed in, that's fine. Carry on. Right, anyway, spare inner tubes. So anyone watching thinking of purchasing this, I don't know, hit me up if you're in there. You can pick up spare inner tubes. So 4 new inner tubes. I think they do a lot more of these than they do these older ones. So it's a simple case of us undoing these straps. Alright, so these are 13s, I think. That's actually not burst, but it's worth changing it out. They are just as old as the other ones that have burst under the weight and non-use. I'm expecting this to pop out. I don't know. Big washer. Yeah. Simple as that. Deflate. It's a bicycle one, I think. Bearings in it. Some sort of funny. Oh, hang on a minute. There's a groove there. There's a key. Yeah, that key might fall out. Careful. Locked in with grease, the key is. So I'm going to remove the key. Oh, actually, I'll put the key back on here. That's the best way not to lose it. It's going to go like that. It's going to go like that. There you go. And change it out. Change it out. There's this on there. There is a bearing. No, it's not a bearing. Looks like it's a bearing. It's not a bearing. Well, conventionally, bicycle tyres, you just shove something in there and wrench it off. Because of the diameter of this, I don't think that's possible. It looks really deep. So it must be these 4 bolts with nylons on it. That does the trick. So that will make it a lot easier. Less likely to damage anything inside. So I don't know, they look like 13s as well, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, 13, same size as the main bolt. Oh, come undone. It's on there pretty good. I bet the 2 halves come apart afterwards. Gotta make sure there's no inside outside pattern to it. We'll put. Well, conventionally, bicycle tyres, you just shove something in there and wrench it off. Because of the diameter of this, I don't think that's possible. It looks really deep. So it must be these 4 bolts with nylons on it. That does the trick. So that will make it a lot easier. Less likely to damage anything inside. So I don't know, they look like 13s as well, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, 13, same size as the main bolt. Oh, come undone. It's on there pretty good. I bet the 2 halves come apart afterwards. Gotta make sure there's no inside outside pattern to it. We'll put. Oh, there you go. That's why we use this stuff, right? So I've got to remember before I do it. So this is the inside. So I put the eye on the inside. The inside one has not got the kind of, it's got the flush kind of bolt end, and the nut end goes on the inside. Alright, that comes off. Even a struggle like on the bicycle. What have I still got here in there? a little Schrader valve. Might be usual. I'm flattening it to get it out. And that's it really. Do that for four wheels. And put it all back together. If I haven't sold this cheaply, a very reasonable rate. I mean, the battery was 123. These inner tubes were about 17 for all four. And the speed controller, second hand for, is it 30 or 35, something like that. So in total I've chucked in, what, a couple hundred? 200. Seen these retail for maybe 3.5 grand, because this is a high spec one. Clean it up, whatever. So let me know, drop me a line. I'll probably try and find the nearest mobility scooter user. That's because they need it. Sell it maybe like a grand. Sell it maybe like a grand. Yeah, it looks like it's the wrong size, but it was the right size. And it's deflated, it just looks different. The outside, obviously, you want the nozzle coming out towards you so you can pump it. The tyres. And the other one wasn't burst, but I remember it going down after a while, so it was way out. Something wasn't too cool about it. So it looks a bit rubbish, but never mind. The outside one goes on like that. This is in here, a bit of WD-40 would help. It's a sandwich job. Anyway, it's a case of getting the rubber away from the metal rim. Not. I think it'd actually be easier. If I was inflated. Actually, yeah, inflate it. Yeah, a bit WD-40 around the rim. See, it's pumped. So a few days ago, I charged this Shoprider buggy. Is it a mobility scooter? And it's powered by Pihsiang. Right, it is Pihsiang. It's about 10 years old. This vehicle, I think it's about 10. Yeah, it's spot on 10 years old from brand new, one owner. So I've charged it up fully, about 15 hours I charged it. The battery is, 2 batteries are brand new. You've seen them, me put them in. I've already disposed of the old ones, so don't worry. The speed controller is from another buggy. There was a slight difference, wasn't there? Speed controller, the old one had 2 capacitors. This one's got 1. It's the only main difference. What else have I done? So, power on. You can see all the lights. That mean the batteries are good. I'm going to flip this switch over to low speed. I'm hoping it will give me higher torque. Go with low setting for speed. There is I've noticed there's a slight, you know, it's not sure whether it's going forwards or backwards slightly, okay? So you've got to be careful with that. I'm just going to walk this one out, I don't want to run my toes over. Even though it's saying it's quite fast, isn't it, really? You see, as soon as I let, there it is, see that? As soon as I let go of the trigger, it kind of wanted to go forward as well. Forward, I should really be sitting in. So there's a little bit of a slight that on it. So on speed 2, it doesn't know whether it's going backwards or forwards. So I'm going to put it halfway to speed 6. It should be better, yeah. So you get much more positive effect. So don't put it on the low speed, on reverse. Now I'm going to try and reverse it. I'm going to try and get up this. It's a bit of a steep hill, yeah. This is about the steepest hill you should come across. I should imagine anyone will come across. Be like a hill at a park or something, yeah. So reverse again. So it's got a slight bit of lack of power, lack of torque, I would say. Let's try low speed, see if I get more torque. No, it's just a slight lack of torque. Whether or not it's, I think, is it? I'm not sure. Is it supposed to get up the hill this steep? I don't know. But I'm going to give it a little push. I'm going to see if we can go forward. I'm going to get off it. If I get off it, if I go off it, then in turn go forward. Okay. Now I'm going to come back down again. Put it on the minimum again. Don't put it on the minimum. Try it on 3. Yeah, okay. Go beyond 5. Let's try beyond 5. Right, okay. So I would say play it out around about 6 and beyond. So I'm going to try it on 6, put it on low speed, and the button flipped over. So I would say run it below 6. Above 6 I mean. I'll do it on 6, see if it goes uphill. Have you got the torque? Get off it. You have the torque. Now on the flat, it seems to do quite well on the flat run. I mean, I don't. Some of these go do 4 miles an hour, 6 miles an hour. I'm sure this one does a lot more than that. So I've got it on low speed. Doesn't know. I don't know if that means it's high torque. Halfway, right? There we go. Yeah. So let's see. It's kind of. This is the sort of speed I would take, you know, go out walking your dog or something. So it's fine for doing that. Nice kind of walking pace. All right. It has a slight going backwards in yourself kind of thing going on. High speed, see what happens. Definitely much faster. I would say, what? Like 6 miles an hour? Full speed. Least amount of errors. So really quite, I wouldn't say the motor is running at half capacity, because this is much faster than most mobility scooters go. Whether or not, I don't know whether mobility scooters can ever go, whether they can go up that kind of incline, I don't know. They say go around the corner slowly. So go slowly. So I took the speed off. Make it up. Max it out. So this is what you're going to get. I've never seen a mobility scooter travel faster than I'm going now, let's put it up. But I do believe it should have been able to get up that hill, that incline, which is about 20 degrees. So with a 40 amp battery in it, you should be able to travel. I don't think it's drawing 40 amps at the moment. So I do believe you might be able to get 2 hours out of this thing. It's probably doing 20 amps. Maxed out speed.